Remember in history class or melodramas made for TV movies, documentaries, and so on and so forth. And they used to talk about how, somebody who looked like me in a legal setting had a hard time getting convictions, or vice versa, had a hard time getting acquittals. I mean, the convictions would be difficult, if not impossible, because the jury, the prosecution, defense attorney, uh, everybody in the court system did not look like me. So even if I had eyewitnesses to testify that that individual who was white committing a criminal act, there would be no, almost, if not complete, way to get satisfaction in a court of law. And it was easy to tell that that would happen because they stuck together. They would not convict someone of a crime because they were, quote unquote, race loyal. Or if I was charged with a crime in the same setting, I was all but guaranteed to be convicted of whatever crime, manufactured, made up. We need to just have somebody put in jail so the people would calm down. So anybody who would look like me would be charged with a crime, and that's all it took. But it's seeming more and more but there seems to be an absorption of those ugly mindsets of being race loyal regardless. Don't criticize, don't put anyone under a microscope or air out dirty laundry, whatever it is. That is occurring in a high frequency that I've been just noticing over the years. And I just had to address it. Not first, but I'm using Messi as a springboard.
Hey there, besties. Let's talk about these comments on this daggone post. One in particular, of course, is pinned for the 28-year-old baby mama 5 who says she's wifey material. Child, you can't make it up. You can't make it up. So obviously, hopefully, you know I made a community post about this person. User ZN8UXFCO5I, child, whatever the hell, right? Got all this smack to say about me, okay? So it says, any of you who has not made bad choices or wrong decisions, throw down a heart. No one said anything about that, but they always got to project some foolishness that ain't got nothing to do with the subject at hand. Everyone is entitled to their opinion, but guess that means not me. Herein lies a portion of the problem. Either our capital O-U-R, people in community. Disconnection, disrespect, and disregard. So now it's about our community, the same community where everything that's on the blogs, they love, they like, they support. But when you're over here talking about the dysfunction of single motherhood and how it doesn't work and how it puts our people in a bad situation, how women continue to make these decisions, we don't want to talk about that. We want to go ahead and project them and blame someone else. I ain't got nothing to do with this woman's life. I'm not a single baby mama. So I don't understand how this projects back to me, because I'm trying to say this sounds half damn crazy, because it does. But y'all want to support foolishness be in the name of being, listen, this thing about being race loyal to a fault is stupid. If y'all think that you should be race loyal just because someone is black and you're not going to look at circumstance, you are a problem.
Black. That has that has been kind of the beaten drum I've been hearing on different YouTube channels, especially when it comes to the pain that is out there. If you speak of the pain, you're tearing them down. If you speak of the pain, you're a hater. If you speak of the pain, you think you're better than. But if you don't talk about what is crushing, society at large, not just in the black community, if you don't speak of it, how do you fix it? Because there seems to be a lot of pain coming from the females who are living that. And it's kind of, on one hand, you talk about it, but on the other hand, you don't want nobody talking about it. And I've always found that to be confusing, because if you want better for yourself, you have to be self-reflective. You have to look at yourself in the mirror and really address what you may or may not have done right or wrong. Who is at fault, or who is at the core of the choices? And it may not be that individual. It may be what was handed to them so effortlessly that they're following in footsteps. Man, I've never understood that. I mean, if you have a GPA that is X, and you know that you want your GPA to be Y, and somebody's telling you, be it that you know them or not, they're telling you, well, you need to do this and that in order to get your GPA to where you need it to be, so you can do the things that you want to do and go where you want to go, your first choice school or what have you. It seems odd, the resistance to, instead of going straight home, start watching TV, you should start doing your homework. Do a third of it. Commit, certain amount of time before you go outside and play, before you go and watch TV or talk on the phone, whatever. But the response to that is, is akin to, you just hate. You're trying to tear me down. You tell me I'm stupid. You don't want me to live my life, or you act like you've always had a 4.0. in general, that yes, there are people that are coming hard. I understand that, but in general, no, they're just saying that, okay, if not for you, at least for the child. Be real with yourself and say, okay, I'm not going to pass this on. I see the pain that I'm going through. I saw the pain that, other family members have gone through, and I'm going to commit to not put my children through that. But it's very odd, especially for those who are talking in a manner that is not just dogging for the sake of dogging. Yes, there are those out there, but everybody is not doing that. Um,
I'm a service type of guy. Hey,
I'm just telling you.
Keep the ginger ale flowing.
Right.
You keep the ginger ale flowing, your boy gonna break you off real nice.
I'm just telling you how I am. I'm telling you how I am, how I understand what the people in the service industry have to go through. I understand the personalities, the people that they have to deal with time and time again for hours and hours at a time, stand on your feet, ordering, dealing with different
personalities. You chose that job.
Listen to me, and I can empathize with them, even though they chose that job. Maybe that's the only opportunity they have to make money. So I understand that. So I don't go in there. I never send food back. I don't care about the food being goddamn cold. I'm going to make your day at your job as easy as possible when I enter your establishment, as easy as possible, and I'm gonna leave your ass with a motherfucking blessing, because ain't no telling what the you had to go through before I got here. And that's just how I move. That's just how I move. I'm not leaving no fucking bad critiques and talking shit about your place. I'm gonna make sure when I leave there, I'm gonna leave your ass with a blessing, and I'm gone. That's just me. What he's doing, that's cool, that's fine. And more power to him, and more power to those that is affecting in a positive or negative way.
I mean, and this is the other end of supporting for the sake of supporting because they look like me. That's not helpful. I mean, in essence, that is providing participation trophies. Not that you're doing things at a level that guarantees first, second, or third, fourth place. You just showed up here. You never got to play here. Oh, the we want you to use this as a inspiration to try to do better without giving any information as to what they need to do to be better. I mean, like, with this situation with Lee doing the food reviews and, this conversation that you just heard. And I'm not picking at Chad. I'm just saying that giving just because is not helpful. I mean, if a restaurant is providing poor quality, be it service, food, customer service, in order for them to find a means to improve to where exceptional tips and 5-star ratings are warranted, they're going to need feedback, and it's not going to always be positive. It's supposed to be a gathering of information to let them know. I mean, if the business owner doesn't know that they have the right hiring practices in place, i.e., the best front and back of the house, or things that they ambiance and quality of food, salting of the food or whatever, how does that business owner know that they have the information they need to expand and not be an abject failure off rip? They're getting great feedback, all positive feedback, and they take that as, oh, well, let's expand to the other side of town, or let's expand statewide. Let's say if the business burnt down. Now, if the money that they would get from insurance was, $500,000, and they say, well, we've been getting all of this great information, feedback, the tips are off the chain, 5 stars across the board, and they say, well, I'm gonna take that 500 and take out another loan for another $1.2 million, get a huger establishment in the better side of town, and they do all of that to come to find out that those few people that were consistently tipping heavy, those same people who were giving all these rave reviews, would not support the business, this new expanded. The owner is in a deeper hole because he's not getting the information, he or she is not getting the information they need in order to make good business decisions. Now, they expand well beyond their means. Business flushes down the toilet, and then it's a complaint of, nobody supports black businesses because they were getting bad information. Yeah, you're not supposed to, it's never a good idea to really complain about your food and consistently send it back. Yes, but after the fact, even with the server, just tipping them heavy just cause, oh, well, you might have had a bad day, week, month, year, that does not help them. If they're under the impression that they are great at their customer service, that they get in their head, oh, well, I'm getting, every weekend I'm getting 8 racks. I know that's extreme. 8 racks. Oh, but I know if I was, I moved to this other city and I know I could pull 15, wouldn't they go there with bad information? They done dropped everything, cut ties, burn bridges, and they go to somewhere else, believing that their service is elite status. And they go there, either they don't get the job because they don't have the appearance that would garner $15,000 a weekend, or they have bad customer service. Now, they'd have uprooted themselves under the belief that they are providing the necessary services, but they've been lied to. This belief that you're helping is more often than not giving them false hope, false understanding of the person they are. I mean, if you're making $8,000 a weekend, extreme, are you inclined to try to better yourself? Be a better server and put in the work required to be a better server? I mean, there's a difference between, well, I deserve, and you are validated by others to say you're worth X. Believing that you're worth $50 an hour is completely different than somebody else saying, oh, well, you know, you're about $23 an hour. There's criticism should not be tossed aside. Criticism should be digested and figuring out, is this person saying this to be hurtful, or are they saying this to be helpful? And hurtful is just, isn't necessarily, oh, well, they're just saying this to make themselves feel better about themselves. But hurtful is they're saying it with no context. They're saying it, oh, you're a trash R&B singer. If you there's a difference between saying that and saying, you know, you can't hold a note, you're flat, your tempo, whatever. There is a difference. And Messy Michonne and other content creators, you've got to listen to what they're saying. And if you're going to interact with them, you're not going to get the information you need from them if you come in from, you know, kind of CUNTY. You're not going to get the information you need to figure out, are they saying this to hurt me? Or are they saying this because they believe what they're saying, and they're saying it to help as opposed to hurt? There are people out there that are saying it to hurt, granted, but you get yourself in a better position for you. And speaking to the lady, you get yourself in a better position for you and your children if you can differentiate the difference between somebody being just hurtful to hurtful, or what they're saying is hurting your feelings. That's all. Yeah, that's all I want to say. Please consider liking, subscribing to the channel, commenting below, and thank you.